Hello, you're going to get a less emotionally grueling post today from me. I'm often asked how it is that I can be so full of joy when I have a terminal cancer diagnosis. And the answer is complex, but part of it is that I use the tools, the techniques, and the strategies that I teach in workshops on myself. In other words, I take my own medicine, and that's because it's pretty good stuff. Okay. So over the next few posts, I'd like to share the techniques and strategies that I use to maintain my emotional resilience and to enjoy my cancer journey to the max. Now, the one thing they all share in common is practice. Practice makes everything. Okay? We've programmed ourselves over the years and years of reacting and adapting to the environment in order to survive. And it's impossible to undo that programming simply by making one little change once. In my experience, the one thing that gets in the way of personal change on any level is that lack of consistent personal follow-through. That follow-through that turns a new chosen behaviour into a new habit. So if you want to explore using any of these techniques, be prepared to give them weeks and months to work. And even better, try them out without any sense of massive expectations. Okay. So here's one simple technique that I use to build and maintain my emotional resilience in the face of adversity and challenge. Most of us know these things well, and we call them affirmations or positive self-affirmation. And when I first learned of these about 30 years ago, I had a really cynical view of them. I considered them to be a little bit cheesy and American, maybe a bit woo-woo. And I was put off by terms such as manifestation and the inevitable links to wealth creation. And in my experience, they're not about saying a prayer to the universe and then magically winning the lottery. They don't have to be about that. In reality, they're about gently and slightly helping your brain take a different perspective. Here's an example of an affirmation that I've used extensively over the years that I've used it to train my brain to look at the world a little bit more positively. And it goes just like this. I believe something wonderful will happen today. Okay? I believe something wonderful will happen today. Now, try getting up in the morning, making eye contact with yourself in the mirror and saying that to yourself out loud 3 times in a row. Okay? That's all you need to do, and do that every day for 3 months and see what change happens. Okay? Another I use consistently through this part of my cancer journey is this. I believe anything and everything is possible. Okay? I believe anything and everything is possible. Now, having something as scary as a cancer diagnosis in your life can awaken old, deeply held beliefs about yourself that you thought you'd got rid of over the years. And those negative beliefs, they cause stress in your psyche. Using affirmations regularly and often for decently long periods of time can help to neutralise those negative beliefs. Affirmations can, if you allow them to, lead to a whole mindset and perspective change. That's it. Try them. Right? Now, remember, I'm sharing these to change our personal narrative and our language around cancer journeys. And because me and my friends are on a fundraising journey for 3 outstanding causes. Please take a look at our page here. All shares will be greatly appreciated. And remember, I have cancer and I'm not a victim.